Hey, bud.
Yes?
You know that the Dark Tower is coming out pretty soon.
Oh, thank God.
But you know that the Dark Tower is part of the shared universe among Stephen King. I'm serious.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So that takes place in the same universe?
Yeah,
as
yes. Misery, which we watched recently. And we shall review. Hi, everybody. I am Professor H's dad, and this is the Professor H. Coming soon to theaters, actually today, is going to be The Dark Tower, based upon the Stephen King line of novels. And Professor H, you're not too interested in seeing it that much.
I am not.
Even though I'm not sure if you're aware, it does take place in like a Stephen King universe. There's a lot of references to old movies. One movie within the Stephen King universe is Misery, with James Caan and Academy Award winner Kathy Bates, and directed by Rob Reiner, who you watched a couple of movies by Rob Reiner. Stand By Me, which you liked. Yes, you liked that one.
I thought we were watching Close Encounters.
Well, maybe later this year.
He tricked me so hard. So I said, okay, we'll watch Close Encounters, and then I was watching Stand By Me. I didn't know. So I was like, when is the alien gonna come?
Oh, that's
and
right.
You were like, this is Stand By Me. I'm like,
I remember that. Anyway, Misery is about a novelist, much like Stephen King, who just finishes his latest book, which, as it turns out, is going to be the last in this line of
and the last in the line of the book. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
By the way. And let me tell him. So he gets into this car accident, and he's like unconscious.
Yeah, he gets knocked unconscious.
He's almost in a coma.
And he gets nursed back to health.
And Annie, takes him into... Ow, my funny bone.
Blooper!
Takes him into her house.
Right, and nurses him back to health.
And nurses him back to health. So, in the process is the more and more time he's there, he's figuring out that, like, okay, I can just go to the hospital. Why isn't this girl letting me go to the hospital? Then she says, you won't make it. You have to rest. The hospital's too far away from town.
Well, she's giving him more and more excuses, like the snow is, you can't get through with the snow, and it would take too long, and they don't know what they're doing, and she's a nurse, anyway, or a former nurse, as it turns out.
And I almost think how she was accused of killing all those kids.
Spoiler alert.
At the hospital. I think she also doesn't want to show up there.
Well, I think she's not allowed there. I think that she's basically living in seclusion now.
True.
Because of all that.
And, sorry, go ahead.
No.
Oh. And it's a movie where it's not a slasher.
Right.
And it's not even really much of a horror movie. It's disturbing.
It's a psychological thriller.
Psychological. It's scary on a different level.
Right. Because
I think that the scariest you can possibly be is disturbing scary. Because sure, slasher can be scary, guts everywhere. But if somebody shows on screen somebody just repeatedly stabbing somebody, okay, it's a murder. But if you hear, oh no, he was stabbed 36 times to death and then his body was burned, it's so disturbing.
Because your imagination goes crazy, right?
And this is a movie like that because it just shows some things and it doesn't show the other. Like, so there's a part where he's trying to get up and out of the bed, and it's like a little game of Clue, because you can almost figure out, because you know that eventually he's gonna get out of there.
Right.
But I mean, you want to know how. And one of the things I noticed is he had bumped into something and a penguin had dropped.
Right, he bumped into the table and the penguin dropped, and then he caught the penguin.
Yeah, and he put it back. So then she came home, and she was like...
Well, but what was important about how he put it back?
It was facing the wrong side.
Exactly.
And then, so she had came home and said, hey, what was his name again?
Paul.
Paul, I have been noticing that you've been getting up and out of bed. I don't know how, but the penguin is always facing the west side.
Right.
Or maybe
east
it was
or whatever,
the east side. So then she holds his leg down, gets a big sledgehammer and just breaks it.
Which is depicted right here on the cover. And what I think what you might find more disturbing is that they did show very briefly the sledgehammer hitting the ankle and it twisted but it cut really, really quick to his face reacting, so you kind of like got the, it's like, ah! And still, to this day, I've seen this probably 10 times, and it's still...
I can feel it in my leg.
I can't look at it without wincing. And, so, now, what was your favorite scene? Was that your favorite scene as far as the,
No.
What was your favorite scene?
The very end.
The very end? Okay, when she meets her demise. Spoiler alert.
That I just thought was really clever.
The typewriter?
No, I'm talking about at the very, very end.
The very end when he thought he saw Annie again in the restaurant when he was talking with his publisher.
That was my favorite part.
Yeah, because for the rest of his life, basically, he's going to be screwed in the head thinking that she's everywhere, especially when somebody says, I'm your biggest fan. And so on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give
10.
Misery? A 10 out of 10.
What'd you give it?
I'd give it probably probably a 10. It's considered a classic.
Good.
I think it's a classic. Yeah, and Kathy Bates deserved the Oscar. James Caan, what'd you think about his performance?
It was pretty good.
It was pretty good. Yeah, we need to watch some more James Caan movies. He's done a couple of good ones. All right, so if you like Misery...
Has Stephen King ever been in one of his movies?
Yeah, he's been in a few of them.
Really?
And if you like the movie, tell us. Leave us a nice comment. If you could like this video and subscribe to the channel. You want to see more movie reviews by Professor H? Then let's do this thing. Alright, and subscribe to the channel, share with your friends, and go see The Dark Tower if you so desire. And thank you, and bye-bye.